So if you have ever had an ache or a pain or an illness or something that you felt's blocking you for some reason, then this will be of interest. So last week I had a really bad toe. I mean, proper, couldn't quite walk. And that's very unusual for me. I realized when I thought about it that actually a few days before, I was looking at making decisions in my business that I wasn't quite happy with, that I was unsure about. And so the bad toe or the sore toe began a couple of days later after I was really not happy with a certain direction, nothing bad at all, but actually a direction that my business could go in. Then my toe began to hurt. Now, my toe is feedback to me from me. And symbolically, for me, physically, it's normally about the movement of moving forward. If I'm struggling or worried about a way forward in my life, I'll get an ache and pain around my toes or my hips or whatever. This happened to be in my toes for some reason, or in my toe. I then immediately stopped. I realized this was what the feedback was. Immediately stopped. I then looked at what I wanted to do and I kind of redirected myself. Within 8 hours, the sore toe, and it was a proper sore toe, had gone. And so that's how I deal with feedback. Now, the sore toe could have been somebody not turning up for a meeting, or it could have been my partner saying something. It could have been an event. It could have been the internet just going down and not being available. I treat all these as symbolic of my creation. And if I'm blocking myself, if you like, putting something in the way of my direction, I take a very big notice of that. That's very relevant for me. And I've learned over the years to really pay attention to those. So if something is not moving smoothly or something that I'm worried about, innately, I will create barriers to moving forward. And if I ignore those barriers, then it eventually turns into a physical pain, i.e. the toe. And that's when I'm really saying, look, you've got to stop and think about the direction that you're heading in. And it doesn't mean it, like I say, it doesn't mean it's anything life-threatening. It just means I've got a certain purpose that I want to explore. And if my direction is not getting me there, I give myself feedback. So what about you? Have you ever had, or do you have an ache or a pain or an illness or something just not working out? Treat it as your self-created feedback. And when you do, take a step away, come back, kind of go inside, think about how you feel, think about the ramifications of what you're doing. Is it, think about why you don't want to do it or whatever, or maybe you've made decisions to keep you in work, relationships, whatever, that aren't actually healthy for you. That's feedback for you. And you can step away, have a look at it, and then step forward again in a different direction. And often the illness or the ailment will simply disappear.